Hey y'all, and welcome back to day 44 of my 100-day challenge. If you're just joining me, my name is Dayana. I am an operations and growth strategist, so I help female founders to build 6, 7 figure businesses by building high performing teams as well as automating their systems and processes. So let's get into it. Today, I want to talk about how to show up as the face of your brand without being cringy. And y'all all know who I'm talking about, people who are just like, oh my gosh, like in your face and all over the place, when that's actually not who they are as a human. They're just putting on a show. And I am one that I'm who I am. So if you don't like me, don't follow me. If you don't like me, don't subscribe to my channel. Yes, what you see is what you get, like point blank. And so I want to redefine what it means to be the face of your brand, because it does not mean that you have to be overly bubbly or overly extroverted or camera obsessed to show up. Like, just being yourself is showing up enough. If you are a person that is introverted and you're very calm, cool, collected, and you're just kind of like right here, like that's you. That's okay. That is totally fine. I'm a little bit more like in the middle, but I'm also not like the in your face either. So I feel like there's just a a difference, and you just have to figure out what is truly authentic to you. Like, people being all over social media, that's totally fine. But if it's not authentic to them, if they don't ordinarily act like that or can't sustain that, then why act? Like, don't even put on a show. Just being the face of your brand means being visible in a way that aligns with your values, your energy, and your leadership style. It does not mean that you have to be someone that you're not. And I personally, how I show up in real life, I am more so of a quiet leader. I'm still assertive, and I have my opinions, but I also am not overly, what do you call it? Overly kind of in your face about all of my opinions. I'm not going to try to force my opinions onto you. If you ask me, okay. Or if I feel like if we're having a conversation and there's dialogue going on and there's something that you say that I don't agree with, I will chime in and say something. But I'm not the argumentative type, or I don't feel like that I have to say off the wall stuff on social media just to be able to get likes and views. Like, people who resonate with me, and those are my people. If you don't resonate with me, then you weren't meant to follow me and you weren't meant to be a part of my community, and that's okay. So I just try to show up as me, and all of that counts towards me and my brand. And so I recommend that you ditch the performance and lean into just being present. People can tell if you're putting on a performance for the camera or if you're actually being your true, authentic, and genuine self. People can feel that through the screen. And so audiences can feel the difference between your performance, your authenticity. Instead of putting on a persona, just talk about showing up as your active, actual self with confidence. Like, you can be that person that talks about showing up as your actual self in your videos, because that's so not what happens. Normally, people don't do that. Normally, people are very opinionated in what the things that they post, and that helps the algorithm and yada, yada, yada. But if that's not you, don't do it. Even when you're in progress or don't have it all figured out, continue showing up as who you are and be confident with it. And that will genuinely go through to every single person that you meet. And it'll be very easy for you to say, okay, we're good. We're golden. Like, I know that that is the person that I invested in. I know that's the person that I'm going to be working with, or that I'm part of their community. What I see is what I get. And I actually had a mentor. She's phenomenal, by the way. And she is in high ticket sales. And so she is just who she is, unapologetically her. And some people think of it as her being rude or overly masculine energy or something like that. But it's nothing like that. She's just who she is. She's very assertive, she's very certain, and she's very confident in herself. And I think that that is something that is sometimes lacking in other people, is because they feel like if someone is certain about something, or they are assertive and they don't end their sentences with a question mark, they end going down with the inflection in their voice. They feel like it's overly masculine, but that's not true. That they're just certain, they're confident in themselves, and that's fine. So when you're being transparent with your brand, tell stories just like I did. Like, tell stories, because that helps people to connect with you on a different level. That shows them that you are human. And just because they're through a screen, people sometimes feel like that they actually know someone if they watch their stories all the time, or if they watch their posts all the time. And it kind of creates this sense of like of knowing someone. I couldn't get that word out, but like it creates a sense of familiarity is what I'm trying to say. So being transparent and sharing your why builds the connection with your audience and being true to who you are, because people have different whys, but maybe it's just to help other people, or maybe it's to spread awareness, or maybe it's just to build your own confidence and you're just out there not doing it for other people, but you're just showing up for yourself. That's all okay, but people connect with your whys, and so it's important to share that because that's being true to who you are and authentic to your true self. And last but certainly not least, I want you to make sure that creating a visibility strategy that does not burn you out. Creating a visibility strategy is something like, hey, okay, I'm going to batch my content today, or I'm going to figure out how I can make 20 posts within today, but I don't want to burn out in the process. And being able to show up on a consistent basis without burning out also means batching your content, because I cannot tell you how many times I've tried just recording my day to day. My fiance tells me, he's like, oh, just record your day to day. It's fine. And I'm like, that is so much work. I do not have the patience for that. I don't have the time, the energy to do any of that. So no, I'm going to batch content because that is what is going to work for me and it's not going to burn me out. And so everyone has to figure out what their own system is. And remember, you don't have to be on all 5 platforms or post daily to be visible. Just staying top of mind, post a couple times a week and just be consistent with when you post, because people are going to start to expect your content to come out at a certain time. And they're going to be like, oh, where's Dayana's content? I'm looking for her reel, or I'm looking for her YouTube video, or whatever it might be. So just be consistent with, if you're going to post on a daily basis, or if you're going to post on every Monday, every Friday. It might not have to be at the exact same time. Just be consistent as much as you possibly can and repurpose your content. So we would be, one of my other mentors, he recently told me, we would be naive to think that people care enough to watch every single Instagram reel that we create. So repurpose your content, reuse things over and over again. If you have 100 different reels, reuse them. Use B-roll for your, like when you're batch filming, use tons of different B-roll and just put different captions over it. Using formats that feel neutral, like talking head videos or voiceovers or written content, are things that can be easily interchanged and are not going to be super obvious that someone already saw it. Like I've even been looking at a couple influencers that I follow, and I know that they're repurposing content because I see the same thing on their story every other day. And they do it without shame, and they're still making millions. Like it does not matter. No one really cares, because at the end of the day, if that's what you're doing and that's what works, keep doing it. Don't fix something that ain't broke. And lastly, tie in your creating visibility with your business system. So consistent visibility will build trust, and it'll build authority within your organization and for your overall brand, which drives growth without requiring you to be everywhere at the same time. Because sometimes we're like, oh, we need to be here, we need to be present, we need to be able to create this content right here and there, I need to be able to make this post today. But that's not the case. It's not the case at all. Just batch your content. Even if you have to change out different shirts, I've done a couple of things where I just change out my shirt and I make multiple videos. Some days, I mean, yesterday was one of my content days, which was like a Tuesday, but it really just depends on the week. I do recommend that you find a specific day per week to batch your content, so that way you can build a brand that is authentic to you. There's nothing worse than building a brand that then you end up hating because it's not true to you and you feel like you have to act like someone else that you're not. So figure out what is true to you. Build the brand that is authentic to your true self. Don't be cringy, just be you. And if that's cringy, that's fine. But also too, if it's not, that's also fine. Just do you. Do whatever your brand is. Whatever your brand is going to naturally build itself, because you're going to find your people. You're not going to be for the masses. I'm not for the masses. I'm not for everyone. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. The people that resonate with me and that like me as a person, trust the things that I'm giving them, trust the experience that I've had, those are my people. And those are the people that I absolutely love and will ride for. So if this was helpful, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, show me some love, and I will see you all tomorrow.